Good evening, and welcome to another video. Tonight, I'm making this video on the night of a full moon, and I thought it would be fun and interesting to cast a circle and light a moon candle in order to do some affirmations and bring positive change. I think at times there are moments when everyone needs a little influence from a higher power, and the moon at its fullest is a great time to invoke the triple goddess, the mother, the maiden, and the crone, and ask her for guidance and strength. So I will be casting a circle and doing some tapping, potentially, and some hand movements. I have a nice hot cup of Irish breakfast tea that I will be sipping on from time to time. And if there's time tonight, I may do a tarot or oracle card reading just to bring, again, some positive affirmation and to put my intentions out in the universe for the goddess. So we will start with the circle calling, the calling of the quarters, and circle casting, and we'll go from there. So tonight, from east to south and north to west, as guided by spirit to manifest, I call upon the Mother Moon and Spirit to attend together in the circle until it is end. To brew my spell and honor it well, with hands steadfast, the circle is cast. Mother Goddess, Maiden Goddess, Goddess Crone, I call you into my circle to hear my intent, to give me strength and affirmation during this new cycle of change. I hope you don't mind. I'm playing some Pagan music in the background, some ambient sound. Now that the circle is cast, I will walk you through the circle. So I started here in the center. This is spirit, it is the purple candle. And then to the north, and this is directional north, based on where I am in my room, is the earth candle, represented by the color green. The earth is my element. It is tied to my astrological sign. And I think even if it wasn't, I would still be drawn to earth and the color green. They are my favorite of the elements and the colors. There's something just grounding and nurturing about it. We then move to air, represented by the color yellow. It provides freshness and replenishment. It moves things through the universe. And then we have fire, represented by the color red. Fire is passion, it is heat, it is motivation, it is renewal. And then finally, we have water, represented by the color blue. Water freshens, refreshes, washes and cleanses. The tides bring new and they carry away the old. It is fitting to have water in your circle during a full moon when you are looking for change. And then here is the moon candle. It is a black colored candle, although it does look a very deep purple in the light tonight. But the moon is the element of the triple goddess. She represents the phases and changes of the moon. I have studied mythology and paganism, particularly with roots in the Celtic culture. My heritage includes Scottish, Irish, Welsh, many of the Britons, the UK, with traces of my ancestors back to the Isle of Skye and the Isle of Man. I feel a deep connection to this heritage and the practices. And the more I studied of different religions and myths and cultures, the more I became connected to my pagan spiritualism, to my eclectic paganism. I have strong connections to the Celtic pagan history, as well as to Druidry, which is what brings me to my tarot. Tonight, I will be using my Druidcraft tarot deck. This is an inexpensive deck of tarot cards. The artistry is beautiful. I'll show you some cards before I shuffle. You can find this in most eclectic, holistic stores, anywhere where tarot is usually sold. You can also locate it on Amazon. This is a 78 card pack, and it says here, the Druidcraft Tarot Deck. This claimed deck, created by practicing druids, combines the two great streams of Western pagan tradition, Wicca and Druidry. Its powerful images have emerged from a vast store of teachings and storytelling rooted in the past. They will help you achieve a closer connection with the natural world and bring you insight and inspiration for the issues you face today. Now, I will say I don't use my tarot cards enough. I still very much so utilize the book that comes included in order to read my own tarot as well as others I have read. I will do that tonight to introduce you to this deck and to what the cards we draw represent. For this video, it will be very introductory, and I will be reading directly from the book in order to provide insight. I will not be doing a tarot reading for anybody in particular, as I feel it is a very personal connection in which you must be one with the person. Even for myself, I do not like to read my tarot unless I have set the proper intention and have a space to myself. before I open this deck, I'll show you the other deck of cards I have with me tonight. These are slightly different. These are oracle cards. These are the Work Your Light Oracle deck. For those who are unfamiliar with tarot and oracle cards, the tarot have a deep-rooted history and structure, many rules in how the cards are laid and read based on the type of arcana, based on the type of reading, directions, elements, and questions. Oracle cards are much freer. They do not have as many rules. They are very open to interpretation based on the reader's intent as well as the intent of the person seeking answers. It says here, this beautiful 44 card oracle deck has been created to help you light up the world with your presence. By working with its 5 suits and connecting with your intuition, you will be able to start living a life in alignment with who you truly are. Confirmation cards give a quick hit of instant guidance. Inquiry cards help you to tune in to the whispers of your soul. Action cards guide you on what action to take. Activation cards invoke healing within you. And transmission cards connect you with supportive energies. This deck, very much so like the tarot deck, can be picked up in many stores that carry such cards, or online as well. I'm going to show you. I will not be doing an oracle reading tonight. Maybe another night I think would be fun. Because these cards to me are much more affirmation based. And as stated, the action cards request action for the person. Therefore, this is the booklet, and it says, this guidebook explains how to use the Work Your Light Oracle cards to deepen your relationship with your soul and the source of all things. It contains in-depth meanings for each of the 44 cards and reveals how to attune your cards, activate a soul space before starting work, create different card spreads, and give readings for other people. When you work with the cards, you will find that your intuition increases, your soul's voice gets louder, and you are able to deeply embrace who you are and the work you came here to do. Now, this particular deck was created by Rebecca Campbell, who is a celebrated spiritual teacher and a best-selling author of Light is the New Black and Rise, Sister, Rise. She teaches internationally, encouraging people to answer the calling of their soul. The artwork of this deck is done by Danielle Noel. She's a designer, writer, and visual artist. She weaves together a combination of mystical narratives and intuitive visions in her illustrations, paintings, photography, and design. I want to show you some of the artwork on these cards as I find them to be incredibly beautiful. See here, each of the cards has this pattern on the back with the roses and the metallics. Very beautiful. As see, I've drawn the Warrior Woman card. And it asks, have you answered your deepest calling? It is a stunningly beautiful card. See here, the Soul Family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And it's a beautiful array of colors. Beautiful pastels. Very bright, vibrant. The crumbling. What are you changing? Or what are you clinging on to? The artwork is dramatic and invoking. Here's the deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, be held. Isn't that a perfect card for tonight? I think these are beautiful cards. I definitely think I will do a video where I do a reading with them. Or walk through each of the cards, maybe. But for now, let's go back to our tarot deck. This is our 80-page booklet. Absolutely stunning. And some of our cards here. I find this deck to be much more simplistic compared to that of the Oracle deck. You'll see that the back of the card has a very simple design. Oh, the other side is shining through in the candlelight. This card is the Four of Wands. And let's see what it says. With tarot cards, I will say the direction in which you pull the card has an impact. With the Oracle cards, that's normally not the case. But for instance, you can pull a tarot card in the upright position. This is the meaning. Or you can pull it upside down, in which case it holds to the reverse meaning of the card. I'll read you both for the Four of Wands. There are key words associated with the Four of Wands: hearth and home, harvest and celebration. The meaning of this card is that a situation of ease, comfort, and dissatisfaction, and deep satisfaction. Reaping the rewards of hard work, acquiring a new home, or making home improvements, successfully launching a new project or completing a phase of work, celebrating achievements. Your dynamism or energy may be frustrated or limited by your home, your routine, or your life. Try to accept and enjoy your circumstances. Now I find this to be very ironic, because as I said, I was not going to do a reading, especially for myself. But as some know, we have been going through a home renovation that recently completed work about a month ago. And we have recently decided now, after renovating our kitchen, that we will be outgrowing this home sooner rather than later, as the children grow, as our large dogs continue to grow. And so we have started a house hunting journey. So how ironic to pull a card that speaks to such things, especially on a full moon night when you're embracing change and setting intentions. So I will take just a moment now and make sure my intention is clear, because I would like to reap the benefits of this card. Now, the reverse meaning of the Four of Wands is a delay or a break in your work. You may have forgotten how truly blessed you are. Spend a while thinking about all you have achieved. Relax and take pleasure in life. Let's see what the deck holds next. The Wheel. This is a major arcana. This card here is marked by a Roman numeral. Let's see what the Roman numeral 10, the Wheel, brings to us. This card comes with a message. You can see the patterns in your life and the wider pattern in the cycles of birth, life, death, and rebirth. Harvesting the seeds of destiny, you continue to sow seeds of love. The keywords here for the meaning are reaping rewards, synchronicity, harvest, prosperity, inevitability, progress, completion. And the meaning says trusting in the process of life. One season or cycle in your life may be coming to an end, and a new one may be beginning. Trust in the process of life. Relax and release some of the control you exert in your life or relationships. Wisdom comes when we no longer behave reactively, but are aware of the themes that are woven through our lives. What a beautiful message. This card does have a reverse meaning. Your keywords here are resistance to change, a time of difficulty, strengthening of will, and letting go. Reverse meaning, you may be reaping the results of past thoughts or actions, and the results are uncomfortable. Trust that life will eventually bring you happiness and fulfillment. Act with integrity despite adversity. Resistance to change, try letting go and trusting. If you are passive, this may signify the dawn of a new, more determined phase. I'm now going to split the deck and draw a card at random. I will split it 3 ways and then restack. Spread the deck and draw a card. I've drawn the 7 of Pentacles and I've drawn it in the reverse. I'll show you here in the upright position. And let's read what this one says. I'll start with the reverse meaning since that is the direction in which I drew. The 7 of Pentacles comes with the keywords of bearing fruit, harvesting, and clearing. The reverse meaning is dissatisfaction with a job or project, insufficient reward for the work or energy that is being put in, feeling exhausted since there never seems to be enough time, feeling impatient, worried, or melancholy. This card in the upright position holds a meaning that says you can take a break to enjoy the results of your hard work. A relationship, project, or business that you've been nurturing may now be able to grow by itself. If the harvest isn't yet ready, the card counsels patience and a trust in the natural cycles of growth. Clear unnecessary clutter from your life. Take stock of a situation before moving forward. I think we'll do 2 more cards in the time that we have to represent a 5-card draw and the 5 elements before us. Before, I will ask for the goddess to support my intentions and close our circle. Let's take from here. I've drawn the Prince of Swords in the upright position. Let's see what our book says for this. The Prince of Swords holds the keywords for intelligence, articulate, and impetuous. The meaning here is a radical change in your lifestyle or routine. New friends may appear, or a whole new life may open up for you. Impending air travel. I laugh at the irony again, as this seems very fitting with COVID-19. We've had a change in our routine as our daughter has returned to school. And, ironically, we have decided to visit my brother and his wife in Houston, which means that in a few short days we will be getting on a plane and traveling. The reverse meaning here says that you may need to take care that you are not reacting inappropriately to a situation. You may need to step back and slow down. An aggressive and destructive person, or someone who is simply deluded. Someone who is not to be trusted. A con man, or someone who will abuse confidences or any money you entrust with them. The disruption of travel plans. I will draw a final chord, and then I will take a moment to speak to the goddess myself before closing our circle. I have now drawn the Princess of Pentacles in the reverse. So I will start with the reverse. The keywords here are studious, self-reliant, and good-natured. The reverse meaning of this card states that after a period of study or effort, reward yourself with some well-earned relaxation. Relaxation can turn into laziness and an avoidance of the effort required to getting back to work. Balance, work with play, small financial losses. So as you can see, the reverse meaning of a card does not always mean something negative. In fact, for this particular card, the reverse meaning is quite fortuitous. Let's see what the meaning for the upright position would be. Potential for a new creative phase. Try meditating on the seeds of your creative project that lie in the past and on your vision of them in the future. Happy news about a family member or friend. Happy news, good news about money, investments, property, or work, likely to be relatively small sums or gains. Again, this is a 78 card deck. We could spend many an hour going through each individual card. And I may, depending on how you all feel about this video, utilize the deck in the different phases of the moon, such as the new moon or the next full moon that comes upon us. I'm now going to take a moment to speak with the goddess, and then I will close out our circle. Okay, so now I will close our circle and release the elements back. I will go one candle at a time in the reverse order, starting with water. And now it is done with the wake of the sun. Inhale the power of this magical hour. With the bell sound, the magic is bound. As the magical candle ceremoniously glows, the time is now for the circle to close. Maiden, Mother, and Crone, thank you for being with me tonight. Thank you for hearing my call. I beseech you to hear my request, to provide me with strength, guidance, wisdom, and support my request for change. I release you from my circle. Blessed be.